Hi, in this session, I'm going to cover how to create a linked picture. So what is actually a linked picture? Basically, over here on the right is actually a picture or image, a snapshot of this chart, but basically it's linked or synchronized as the values here change. And of course, this is a chart that's created off this table here. You can see when I selected it in here, it's based off this table here. And if I go ahead and actually in this table, this is a formula here that changes the values between 10 and 100. If I calculate it now, you'll see that if I recalculate it, the values here are going to change. The value here is going to change. Of course, it's going to reflect in this table, but it also reflects in this picture. And this is basically an image snapshot of this chart that links to the data. And so why would we want to do this? Sometimes we have instances where we want to create a dashboard and we want to put uniform sizes of graphs or tables all in one sheet. And one of the ways to do that, to have it all nice and tidy, is to create a linked picture for the different charts or tables that we have. Also, when we adjust our charts in our native charts here, for example, a lot of the formats, they adjust with the size of the chart. So you can see in our example, if we decrease the size of this chart, you can see that some of the months they disappear. Of course, they're still there because there's these tick marks that indicate that there's a month between there. But there's a lot of adjustments that are made. Let me Control Z to take care of that. But in our picture, our linked picture, we can adjust the size of it, and it's showing that because it's covering here. So let me go ahead and just make it a little smaller, I guess. We can see that none of the axis labels change. So that's one of the nice things about a picture link, is it doesn't adjust the different axis points or any of the other features of a chart. Basically, it just increases or decreases in size if you adjust the size. So how do we go about creating a linked picture? Let me go ahead and copy this table here. Control C. Go over to this sheet and Control V. And basically, I'll just create a simple chart off this. I'll do Insert Column 2D Column Chart. And basically, we have our column chart here. And let me get rid of the border. I don't think I need a border here. It'll make it look nicer. Border color, no line. And also I want to get rid of the grid lines here. If I want to take a snapshot of this chart, it looks a little nicer if I don't have the grid lines. So I'll go under View and uncheck that box. So the grid lines are gone. So basically, what we want to do is, when we're taking a snapshot of this chart, we're basically copying the range that the chart overlays. So the chart is in the foreground, and we're basically looking to copy or select the area where the chart is in. I think it's, yeah, it covers that amount. We do Control C to copy, and we can do a, let's see, I think I can right click and have these paste options here. I think I actually probably go to Home and go under Paste, paste a linked picture right here. And you'll see that I have my linked picture right here. Let me move this over a little bit. I think I'll move this over here. And you can see this is a linked picture. If I go into recalculating, you see it changes with it. And the nice thing about linked pictures, as I mentioned before, you can adjust the size, and it doesn't change the views of the axis. And also, you're open to all these other kind of nice little options to modify the styles. We can have a beveled and tilt. We can have it beveled here. You can even have it reflecting. So it's kind of nice that we have this linked picture, but we can also, that synchronizes with the data on the chart itself, of course with the table, but you can also do some formatting with it. And this is kind of a cool little feature here. So there you go. That's our example of how to create a linked picture. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.